Hey guys, how's it going? M Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about Dragon Quest Builders. As you can see by the gameplay in the background and by the title, this game is obviously free. It's a free demo, so obviously I'm sure you're here to listen to my opinion, but make sure if you've got a PS4, PS3 I believe, and Vita, the demo's available on all three of those, so make sure you pick it up yourself, give it a go. I can only vouch for the PS4 version of the game. I don't know if the Vita version has problems. I think it's on the PS3. I don't know if that version has problems. I can only speak for the PS4 version of the game. But with that being said, yeah, let's just get into it. So I was really surprised by this game with this demo. It just kind of came out the blue yesterday. It was just suddenly on the store, and I was like, oh right, I'll download it, I'll give it a go. I've got to say, I'm not a Minecraft fan. I found it kind of boring, a little bit repetitive, sort of like No Man's Sky, as it were. It kind of had no purpose. You were kind of doing stuff and there was no point to it. Yeah, there was fun to be had in it, but it just wasn't for me, in my personal opinion. So it was like, I'll try it out, I might have fun for a couple of hours, I'll do a first impressions, you know what I mean? But I've got to say, really surprised. The game kind of feels like Minecraft, but with a point. There's a point to it. There is a narrative, story-driven aspect to the game. You know, you have a narrator telling you what to do, telling you a story, telling you about the past and about these people. Of course, it's not, the greatest story to ever be told. Could be in the full game, I don't know, I can't speak on that. But it's nice to just have an interesting, story that doesn't take itself too serious, but it's fun to play through. For me personally, I feel. So yeah, it's nice to have like a narrative-driven thing. But also, what is cool is you learn how to play the game through the story. You don't just pick up stuff yourself. Like No Man's Sky or Minecraft, you actually learn through the story. So you'll need a platform to jump up to escape a certain level, like this tutorial level. So it tells you that you need mud to create like a platform. It will tell you later to build a house, you'll need mud, and you'll need this, that, and the third. And it's really cool that that's how they tell you, and that's how you learn how to use things in the game to your advantage. It teaches you how to craft stuff, and it's really cool how they do it. Then later on, after you get out of the tutorial section, you'll have a little mini village that you create. You put down a flag. It makes it sort of like a safe zone within a certain radius of the the space you can use. And obviously you go out of there, some of the inhabitants won't really know what to do. So you have to keep within your space. I don't know if that space expands or what happens. Again, I'm pretty early in the game. But what you do is you have like an original character that will come on. The further you get along with her quests, more people will then join the village with different quests. And it's really cool to see building up your village, having people join, and it's almost a semi sort of RPG element to it. The more houses you build, the more sort of craft workshops you build, you level up your village and it gets stronger and it gets better, and that's really cool. And it's nice that as well, as you play through the game, you'll get blueprints, and what the blueprints are, and this was really unique, and I've got to say, for Square Enix, I was really impressed. I didn't think this would be a feature, but it's a really cool feature that I don't really see much. And again, there's probably 100 games that use it, but I can't remember off the top of my head games that really use it. So you get blueprints by finishing quests by starting quests, and you put the blueprints on the floor and you build around it, and you can press the touchpad on the PS4. I assume the back pad on the PSV. I don't know, I can't speak on that. But you touch the touchpad on the PS4 controller, the DualShock 4, and it shows like a 3D image of what you need to build. So you can kind of build it round it, see what kind of things you need inside. So it might need a fireplace, it might need a workshop, it might need a torch, all these sort of things. It will show what you need, and I think that was really cool. So it's like almost like a pre-packed sort of little guide for what you need to build in the game, and that's really cool. You can kind of knock down everything, you know, really level everything over, get a lot of blocks, then build tons of different rooms, you know, make doors for them, make beds. You sleep on the beds. You can also save certain save points, and yeah, in general, it's a really cool game. Negatives to the game, I think, and this is just me personally, like obviously it's not a negative, but it's just something I'd have preferred, and that is there is no sort of commentary. You know, there's a narrator, but it doesn't speak to you. It's just through text. Now that's not a negative as you know you'd think. It's just something I'd prefer, you know, a story to be told to me than having to obviously read a story. It's a very, very small sort of gripe I have with the game, but it's not something that has put me off or, you know, made it less enjoyable. It's just something I'd have preferred if they obviously added it, you know, in. The graphics, they're not the greatest in the world. Obviously, it's like I said, and you know, I'm not having a go at the Vita. The Vita's fantastic or whatever, but it is very much, it's running on a Vita, it's running on a PS3, so it's not going to be the most graphically demanding game in the world, but it's a pretty game. It's definitely not an ugly game. Yeah, and I just think, you know, the only other problem, and this is a very this is the only, I think, major problem I had with the game, and you might see here, is sort of the weird sort of camera angles. You know, it's a little bit annoying sometimes. You see the camera angle kind of spins round, you can't see what you're doing. It's a very small thing, but it is pretty annoying in the game. As well as that, also some of the buttons are like, to me personally, they're a bit weird. You know, the fight buttons, triangle, which is strange for me. Obviously I know certain games use that, but to me it felt a bit weird, and just some of the buttons take getting used to for me personally. But performance wise, I haven't had any frame rate drops on the PS4. Even when there's a ton of enemies on the screen, like a ton of the fire shooters or whatever they're called, when they come shooting fire, like 5-6 of them I had at one point, no, not any frame drops, so that's definitely a positive. And yeah, to be honest with you guys, this is a kind of a quick review, more of a first impressions than a review. But honestly, yeah guys, I'm really surprised at how good the game is. It's a very solid game. Obviously this is a very early score, but you know, definitely an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. It does everything, pretty much everything right, and yeah, it's a very enjoyable game. The only problem is I think it's one of those games that you may just sink a ton of hours in, especially like me. I got kind of, you know, sidetracked especially last night. I was just constantly knocking down these buildings, building up new things, building new houses, building all that sort of stuff, resource gathering, collecting food, collecting you know, weapons and stuff, or collecting stuff to create weapons. All that sort of stuff is very addictive and very time consuming. So it's definitely a time sink game, and you know, that's good. You know, we get a lot of games that are maybe 3 or 4 hours long nowadays, so having a game that is very time consuming is definitely a bonus. But yeah, I can't find really too much wrong with it from my first impressions. But yeah, guys, let me know, have you played it yourself? Are you enjoying the game? Is it you know, is it too much like Minecraft for you? Are you not a Minecraft fan? Or are you like me? You know, you're not really a Minecraft fan, but you're playing the hell out of this game. You know, let me know down below. But yeah, absolutely, guys, let me know if you're picking up it as well. I'm gonna try and pick it up day one. If not, I'll pick it up a little bit later down the road. But yeah, fantastic game, a lot of fun, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first for me, very short first impressions. But if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in a new video.